Welcome everyone to the Instructors channel. Here we are again for our weekly video.
Today's topic is about virtual training, what it should look like. A successful virtual training is about participants engaging with their facilitator, right? Now, they also engage with other attendees while connecting in their learning journey. But it is also true that any successful training makes participants change their behavior back when they are in their job as a result of what they learned in the session. For example, let's think about a group of first-line managers attending a leadership development training. So there is a series of effective coaching skills and their employee retention score increases as a result. Then that virtual training probably played a large part in that success. Let's take another example. For instance, an online sales course where you teach them how to overcome objections during a sales course, and your participants start successfully doing that, overcoming those objections, and then your efforts paid off. So in other words, successful virtual training has occurred when the lessons are learned, when behavior is changed, and when skills are applied. Now, in any virtual training, there are 4 main challenges that you can see right here, and we are going to discuss it now. So you have undefined expectations when the attendees join this event expecting to remain anonymous and passive, while the trainer expects the attendees to speak up and interact. So there you go, you have a contradiction. Or an instructional designer creates an interactive class, but the speaker just clicks through the slides, reading the text with no vocal inflection. And these are classic cases of undefined and mismatched expectations. So what's the solution? Well, first off, define your goal, then design. Plan for and communicate those expectations. Determine exactly what the audience needs to know or do as a result of your training. What are the needed outcomes? What do participants need to know or do back on their job? Unengaged participants. So your participants don't answer your questions and they stay silent when expected to respond. They don't participate in poll questions or type in the chat or connect with each other during activities. They don't interact or engage with the platform or you, the facilitator. They remain anonymous. And most likely, they are multitasking. They are only paying partial attention to you and checking their email in the meantime or doing any other work tasks instead. So what's the solution? Well, design relevant, interactive sessions that keep your participants engaged from the start. Well, the challenge on the surface might seem to be a problem with facilitation or with participants. Actually, the underlying cause, it's always due to non-interactive design. Another thing that you can do is to step back and ensure that the expectations are clear from the start, just what we were discussing before, right? So that your participants join the class knowing that they need to participate. Let them know that they should prepare to be hands-on during the session and that you expect them to respond. If you're the facilitator and you go like for 5 or 10 minutes talking about an introduction and giving any other administrative information, by the time you ask the first question, your participants will have already checked out. Another possibility could be that your interaction doesn't occur often enough. So activities should occur more than sporadically, rather, kind of regularly, with sufficient frequency to maintain the engagement. And finally, make sure that the content is relevant and interesting enough for your participants. unable to log in. Teach the tools as you use them. So instead of talking 10 minutes about the beginning of each session to explain the virtual platform tools, spend just a moment directing participants to the tools as they are using them. You know, you have login challenges when participants show up to your session late because they had these connection issues, or they just cannot log in, or they were using the link that was provided in your email and original message and it was not working, or the phone number was not working. Anyways, software that was still downloading. So all these could be prevented. One of the possible solutions would be to give participants the information and support they need to log in themselves successfully. So it may be a technical issue, but sometimes it isn't. I mean, most often they are unprepared. They don't know what to expect when they are connecting, and so it's very easy for them to get lost in the middle of the technicalities. Now, a note aside for the use of producers. Producers are the technical experts. They assist the facilitators during virtual training events. Their role is to help participants get connected and stay engaged with the virtual classroom platform. So now, the facilitator has the freedom to lead the virtual session while the producer is taking care of the individuals who need a personalized assistance. Unexpected events. So you have a virtual training event that doesn't go exactly as planned. We've all been there. And it might be interrupted by a power outage or a telephone drop or a disrupted participant. So this is really unexpected, unforeseen, unplanned. What's the solution? Well, over-prepare, always. I mean, stay calm when unexpected things happen, but manage them gracefully. Here's a few ways to mitigate the unexpected events. Learn about the platform features. Every facilitator should expertly know the software. Prepare your participants in advance. Use a pre-event communication opportunities to share technology information with your participants. When you provide instructions for virtual training class activities, make sure that they are extra clear and that participants know exactly how they should respond. For instance, if you're asking a question, then make sure that you specify how you want that answer. So, for instance, choose your answer in the poll question, and then you will find them in the lower right corner of your screen, and you will have to click on Submit button for me to see it. And finally, take a short break to deal with the situation. It's all right. Give them a break while you are dealing with this technical issue. I'm really looking forward to read your comments and your own virtual training tips. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful week ahead. And don't forget to subscribe. You will not be missing any other video then.